Well, the city is buzzing as the Blue Jays get ready to host the LA Dodgers in Game 1 of the World Series tonight. And the Jays have now officially released their roster, and there are no big surprises. 3 players have been ruled out for the World Series: outfielder Joey Loperfido, pitcher Yariel Rodriguez, and fielder Anthony Santander, who was injured. As expected, Bo Bichette is back, but it's not clear when he'll play or where. We are expecting to hear from the members of the team later this afternoon, with batting practice set for about 5:15. And a pair of Blue Jays legends will throw the ceremonial first pitch in the first 2 games of the series. Former manager Cito Gaston, who led the Jays to back-to-back World Championship Series back in '92 and '93, will have the honor tonight. And then Joe Carter, who hit the walk-off home run back in '93, will throw out the ceremonial first pitch tomorrow. And joining us now with an in-depth look at the 2025 World Series is none other than former Blue Jays catcher Ernie Whitt. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm pretty excited about the games tonight. You know, I'm sure the city is. I think the country should be. I mean, it's been over 30 years since they've been to the World Series. So I'm excited, and hopefully everyone else is.
Well, I got to tell you, this broadcaster grew up watching you behind the plate. So this is a special day for me, Ernie. But I got to ask you, you're one of the original Jays from the original expansion draft. You played in 1977. What is, when you look at just the evolution of the Blue Jays and where we are today, just talk about your thoughts on this ball club and what do you think it means to the city and this country?
Well, again, it's not easy to get to the World Series. As you can tell, 30-some years later, we're finally getting there again. There's a lot of great players that have gone through the city, gone through the organization. This group this year, I call them my blue-collar workers. They grind at bats out. They never give in to the pitcher. They have speed. They have power. They do all the little things to win, and they've come back from so many games where they've been down. It's that willpower that they have that has made them successful this year.
There's also something really special as a fan when you're watching this team, in comparison to what we saw about a decade ago, that there's a special camaraderie amongst these guys, that these guys genuinely like each other. They feel proud to wear that uniform, and it plays out in front of the fans. Why is that important, in your opinion?
I've always thought that was very important. You've got to get along with your teammates. Number one, you're with them from February all the way until, this time of year, hopefully beginning of November. So you have to get along with them. There's going to be some disagreements and disappointments along the way, but you live through it and you learn to adjust. And I think that's the biggest thing, is adjusting and adapting to certain situations that happen during the course of the year. And you have to have people that you want to go to battle with and have the same type of attitude that they have, is never quit, never give up, play the game the right way, play it with pride and passion. Not only are you playing for the city, the country, but you're playing for yourself also.
One thing for sure is that everyone on this team is contributing in some way. We're not just leaving it up to our heavy hitters to hit the home runs and get those RBIs. That's also something that I think that stands out about this team. What are your thoughts on that?
It's huge. The undercard that the Jays have is they're tremendous. Everyone has stepped up. They've all contributed. They're all pulling the rope the same way. And you have to have that to have a successful organization. And everyone has bought into John and his coaching staff. And for them to do that, that's when you have success.
As a catcher, you have probably one of the most unique perspectives being on the field. And when you're behind the plate and you got a young guy on the mound, a 22-year-old, a rookie, who's now finding himself pitching in Game 1 of the World Series, what is someone like yourself, what kind of advice would you offer to Trey Yesavage?
I think he just goes about his job the way he's been doing it. His 4 starts, I think he's had 4 starts here in the big leagues and starting the first game of the World Series. Just be himself. I mean, I think his composure has been really good. His stuff is electric. He's going up against the world champions. So hopefully the atmosphere won't get too much for him. But as a job of a catcher is that you're supposed to handle him and make sure that he can he's out on the mound, he's breathing, he's paying attention to you, and he's focused in on throwing strikes.
One last question. We got about 30 seconds left, Ernie. Oftentimes when it comes to the big show, there's a lot of pressure on your big guns to step up. And if there's one thing for sure, we've seen guys like George Springer and Vladdy step up all throughout this series. How important is their leadership going into the World Series?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, you want your leaders, as they have done in the past. Springer and Vladdy have had tremendous, but it also plays havoc. I mean, it doesn't play havoc, but it plays to the bringing in the undercard players too. They have to get on base for Springer and Vladdy to drive the runners in. So they have to do their job also.
And an absolute pleasure to speak with you. A pleasure to meet you, and go Jays, go.
Go Jays. Let's go after them.
All right. Have a great day, Ernie.